Hey guys, today is June 11th, 2020, and I want to start off talking about this 1988 Economist magazine with the burning money underneath the phoenix. Now, I previously made a video with this magazine and how it connected with certain marker points of the virus, yet we have another date that's very relevant. Um, Today, the U.S. surpassed 2 million coronavirus cases. And the economy took a big hit. The Dow went down 1,861 points. And I often talk about that number 322 or 9/11. And you can see today it's 32 years and 22 weeks after the 1988 Economist magazine printed. And if you go back in history, you can see all the other previous dates with 322 connections as it pertains to the virus. So 32 years, 2 weeks after it was printed on January 23rd, China went in lockdown. So that was the beginning of the mass chaos of everything. So then 32 years, 20 days after it was printed on January 29th, the Coronavirus Task Force was founded. 32 years, 22 days after it was printed, January 31st, the WHO announced a global emergency regarding the coronavirus. Also, 32 years, 2 months, 2 days after it was printed, the WHO declared a pandemic on 3/11. Then we have 32 years, 2 months, 2 weeks after it was printed was the very bottom of the stock market due to the virus. So I don't think, maybe a couple things or 2 or 3 things can be a coincidence, but when you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 322 connections with this magazine and with the economy or the virus, there's no way it's a coincidence in my eyes. Um, then if you look, so a lot of people said this was the number 8. On some other photos, it actually looks more like an 8. I don't know if they just changed the way it looked, but it kind of resembles mostly more of an 8 than any other number, but it's not really filled in right here, and it's almost like a snake. But the numbers that are prevalent are the numbers 201. And on October 18th, 2019, we had event 201, hosted by the Johns Hopkins University. And October 18th, 2019, we had event 201, which was an event simulating a coronavirus-like outbreak that killed 65 million, destroyed the economy. Then you take the first case of the virus, then you reverse it, you have 322 days. And if you abbreviate coronavirus, you got C equals 3, V equals 22. Today, as I said, another milestone in the virus. It's also 322 on the Persian, Kurdish, and Afghan calendars. Now, another big watch date is June 13th, this Saturday. One reason, it's got 201 days left in the year. And guess what? It connects to that 1988 Economist magazine. 32 years, 22 weeks, and 2 days. So, is event 201 in this date, June 13th, connected somehow? Could be. I mean, with all that I showed you, we'll have to wait and see, but it's interesting. It's also interesting that it has a 9/11 connection with the beginning of the Civil War. So I'm looking at that as a possibility. And as you can see, we'll have next month will be 1,911 months after the start of the Civil War. We have more dates. So that could be relevant considering what's going on in the world, in the U.S. with all the racial tension and stuff. So today was also 3 months and 22 days after the beginning of the stock market crash in February. And the bottom of the stock market was 3 months and 22 days from the first case of the virus. I put this connection in here to June 13th as well, 2023 months after November 13th, 1851. So when I looked up what date that Seattle was founded, it says Seattle was founded by members of the Denny Party, most of whom arrived at Alki, if that's how you pronounce it, Alki Beach on November 13th, 1851. But it was actually founded on May 23rd, 1853. But it's interesting that they put this date in here. So maybe it's a marker point because you see in the news what's going on with Seattle. It's like, I don't know, Antifa is taking over or something. So there's a lot of news on about Seattle, but I'm just wondering if something is going to happen this date, June 13th, or the Buck Moon date we have. It will be 2023 months and 22 days after November 13th, 1851. And if you've seen videos on iPet Goat 2, you know there's a lot of referencing to the Buck Moon. Another date, it's interesting, is Flag Day. That's June 14th. That's 3/22 on the Hebrew calendar. So, and it's also Trump's birthday. I don't, how old will he be again? Oh, his 74th birthday. So last year, this is going to be the 243rd anniversary of when the U.S. flag was adopted. Last year, on the 243rd anniversary of 1776, we had the largest earthquake in California in 20 years. And the number 243 is also equal to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So that number 33 comes up. So we'll see. That's another watch date too. So yeah, I guess that's all I got about. Oh, I forgot about one other thing. I said how the numbers 201 were prominent on here and talked about the numbers 201. So if you type in 201 on the number properties, the octal number of that is 311. And that was the date that the pandemic actually was declared. So, all right, guys. I think that's all I got for today. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens, if anything, in the next couple days. I'm sure this year is going to be filled with other events. Actually, I almost know it is. I mean, the next few years are going to be pretty chaotic. So, well, take care. I'll talk to you guys next time.